There have been about 10 great fires in London. We will be talking about another one of them in a little while, in a very short while actually. London was no stranger to great fires, but on the 2nd of September 1666, Thomas Fariner, who had a bakery which the monument commemorates its location, he'd left some embers in the oven. It's not quite clear what exactly he'd done wrong, but it was when they had an inquiry afterwards, it was determined that it was an accident. And his house caught fire. The houses were predominantly built of wood, and they were built very Great Fire of London. They were built out of brick. They had proper tiled roofs, none of this wooden structure anymore. The windows were brought forward, and there were quite a lot of building restrictions that were brought in order to prevent a repeat, in order to practice that trade. And they ensured that the quality was maintained, and most importantly, in return for you leaving them all your worldly wealth when you died, they would ensure you had a good funeral and that your wife, your widow and children were looked after. So it was a form of very early insurance. Destroyed in a fire, you would then be recompensed for rebuilding it. And the different insurance companies had their own plaques on the wall, and of course they wanted to minimise their loss, so they had their own fire fighting arrangements. And in order to determine if a particular house that had caught fire was one of theirs, they would have one of these plaques on the wall. And this is probably one of the finest collection of these plaques in the world. So
yeah, interesting. I became aware about a couple of years after I joined, and I worked at one of our
porch, the white porch that's now here, which forms the centrepiece of the Great Hall of the Guildhall. And this is the hall where the Lord Mayor of the City of London entertains his important visitors. Obviously the most important visitor is Her Majesty the Queen. Speech is all held here. So very often you see functions on television that are being filmed, occasions that have been held there over many centuries, including of course some very famous trials. Way.
Yeah.
So we've got you see Braden Bridge, you see Braden from London before the Great Fire. Dinner are with these wonderful windows which are illuminated. I like the outside. So we're now going to the Temple of Mithra. And in the 1950s. Yes. Well, not all of it, because some of it will be deep within the bowels of the basement, and probably may have been covered up. Followed the old medieval street patterns, and most importantly of all, we've seen London's Guildhall, the great survivor over the centuries, right from medieval times. So that brings us to the end of our walk. Monument Station is just up there on the left where it says Coral. That's the entrance to the station. Liverpool Street further up, and there's a branch of Pratt that if anybody fancies a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, we can go to just along East Cheap here. So thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed the Great Fire Walk.
Thank you.